Namaskar. My very warm welcome to friends who have joined us in the embassy and also friends in India who are connected to this program. My special appreciation to colleagues in the Ministry of MSME and ITC and CII and also IIBA and Invest India and IIC. I really appreciate your participation. As Raj mentioned, we have initiated this series of activities. Uh, Primarily as a means of information dissemination. Between India and Ireland, we have had a very long-standing friendship and also very robust growing people-to-people connectivity in different sectors. But still, there is a limited understanding of the very rapid transformation that India is going through, and also similar fast-paced development that Ireland is witnessing. Ireland is the fastest growing European Union economy, and India happens to be the fastest growing G20 economy. So, and also there are a lot of interesting sectoral similarities. And I see there's a significant opportunity for us to dovetail our unique strengths and become each other's strength. What we are intending is, as a first step, to let both sides know about what is happening. Today's event, MSME sector, is particularly important for India because not only people know like the impact that MSME sector has on Indian economy is very significant. It accounts for about one third of our manufactured goods export. But more than that, its impact on job creation. Like per $1 million investment, the number of jobs that MSMEs create is far more than a big ticket, a big company, big investments. Secondly, our Prime Minister has given us a kind of a mission of vocal for local, like making the best use of locally available resources. And that is epitomized by the vibrant growth of MSME sector in India. Because they are best in leveraging whatever manpower, whatever cultural, whatever local natural resources are available. So this is a big plus that they are contributing in our ecosystem. A third is a very important sector is the ease of innovation. And this is the most pronounced feature that I wish to flag for friends who are not very familiar with India, that MSME sector in India is not the stereotypical mindset of low investment and low tech and small and micro enterprise. The thrust of the current government is to make them as multiple nuclei of innovation and creativity and entrepreneurship at the grassroots level. And you'll be very happy to know that MSME sector contributes very, very significantly in the growth of the startup culture in India. This is a very significant feature of India of today. India has become the third largest ecosystem of startups, and also not just in typical sectors like IT and e-business or a few handful sectors, but Indian MSME sector and Indian SME-led startup activity covers maybe 50 different sectors. So this is very, very significant aspect of India's growth and the grassroots level. Yeah. And also a new trend I noticed that MSME is no longer like traditional items. They are getting into really high-tech, cutting-edge areas. Even in a sector like space, there are MSMEs which are creating very significant small niche for themselves. So this is a great time for us, both Ireland and Indian friends, to look at both sides opportunities in a more granular, more focused manner and identify how do we leverage each other's strength and the tremendous goodwill that exists very naturally on both sides for each other. And the Indian Embassy is always at your disposal for friends in India or friends in Ireland for any assistance, any guidance, any facilitation that we can extend. Once again, my very sincere thanks to all friends who are connected with this program in India and also here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for such insightful remarks about the India-Ireland ongoing bilateral relationship, sectorial relationship, and how the Indian startups and the MSMEs are related and helping to boost the growth of the country. Thank you very much, sir. May I please request senior representative and bureaucrats from Ministry of MSME for their remarks or presentation, sir, please.
Myself, Harish Kumar Wadhwa, Deputy Secretary in Ministry of MSME. Thank you, Ambassador sir, and all the esteemed dignitaries present there and all those who participated online. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting us on this forum. I would request Mr. Sunil Tyagi, Senior General Manager NSIC, to give presentation on the role of MSME sector in India. Thank you.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you for the introduction and thank you for inviting us. It's really a opportune time when India and Ireland they cooperate in MSME sector, sir. And if you permit, just give me a minute so that we can upload our presentation for your display. So may I request my colleague to just upload the presentation, sir. My presentation will be into two parts. First part would be covering the activities of Ministry of Micro and Small Enterprises. And second part, I would be speaking about NSIC, what we are doing and what kind of a cooperation we are looking from Ireland, sir. Is it okay? I just want to know whether our presentation is visible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So first thing is about introduction about macro and micro, small and medium enterprises, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. This is an part of the government which looks after development of micro, small and medium enterprise sector in India. Just to give you an idea of what how micro, small and medium enterprises are defined in India. We define these enterprises, which include manufacturing as well as service enterprises, in terms of investment and turnover. And these are defined in our MSME Development Act 2006. Any enterprise which is having investment less than rupees 10 million, which roughly comes out to be 0.12 million US dollars, and is having a turnover of less than rupees 50 million, is termed as micro enterprise in India. Above micro, if the investment is less than rupees 100 million and turnover is less than rupees 500 million, my presentation shows conversion in US dollars also, is termed as small enterprise. And above that, if investment is less than 500 million, which is roughly around 6.07 million US dollars, and turnover is less than 2.5 billion, which is roughly around 30.37 billion US dollar, is termed as medium enterprise. Anything above is called large enterprise. As the Honorable Ambassador was telling, the importance of MSMEs, which play a part in India's GDP. We have roughly around 63 million MSMEs, which employ a considerable amount of manpower, which is around 110 million people in India, are employed through micro, small, and medium enterprises. And MSMEs contribute around 30% of to GDP and have a significant contribution in exports. As I informed that the main role of the ministry is to form policies for the development of micro and small enterprises in India. So I'll briefly touch upon what exactly are their functions. Objective, as I told, is to promote growth and development of MSMEs, which includes khadi and village industries and car industries. Khadi and car industries also play an significant role in micro and small enterprises in India, and which create and it also helps in creating new enterprises to generate more employment opportunities and enhance manufacturing bases. Main role is to facilitate credit flow to MSMEs, to improve their competitiveness, help them in upgrading their technologies, formulate policies to upgrade their technologies or to provide them marketing support, develop clusters, develop skilled manpower, and create new micro enterprises. And of course, Khadi and village industries are also being developed under this ministry. Main components of Ministry of Micro Small Enterprises are KVIC, Khadi Village Industries Commission, which looks after Khadi and village industries. Coir Board, which looks after coir products and coir industries. Then Development Commissioner, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, which helps ministry in formulating the policies and implementing the policies for development of micro and small enterprises in India. And it also has tool rooms to provide technology development to small enterprises, and then export facilitation centers or entrepreneurship development centers, which help in creating skilled manpower for small and medium enterprises. Then comes National Small Industries Corporation, that is NSIC, which the company I belong to. It helps ministry in implementing their policies, as well as it has its own schemes to promote micro and small enterprises, which I'll be covering in my later part of this presentation. Then we have National Institute for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises to support skill development or entrepreneurship development education to the people who want to be entrepreneurs. And similarly, Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Rural Industrialization, it helps in industrialization of rural areas. As I told, the main initiatives of the ministries are to provide financial assistance to new enterprise, to set up micro enterprises. It supports them through credit guarantee scheme for providing collateral and third party guarantee, and also helps in technology upgradation, and provides fund of funds to create startups or to help the growth potential of micro and small enterprises. It also has a scheme called RAMP, which is called Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance, which basically links ministry schemes, central government scheme, with the state government institutions and schemes to promote micro and small enterprises all over India. The major support service or scheme to enhance competitiveness of MSMEs and to have their capacity building, Ministry has launched recently a champion scheme with the objective to pick up clusters, to modernize their process, reduce wastages, sharpen their business competitiveness, and facilitate in enhancing their global reach through excellence. The major components of are Z, which is zero effect, zero defect. Then provide them assistance in lean manufacturing, and also help them in creating innovative enterprises through incubation, supporting them through IPR design and digital MSMEs. All these schemes have a component where they are assisted financially to enhance their skills in all these through all these schemes to enhance their competitiveness. And it also helps them in creating various specific training programs like industrial motivation campaign. It also helps them through entrepreneurship awareness programs. So these kind of programs are organized in different states in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities to create more and more entrepreneurs. And technology centers help them in enhancing their competitiveness or their quality of tools, creating industry-ready manpower, providing them consultancy process and product development. Ministry also has a scheme where it promotes micro and small enterprises to expose their products in domestic and international exhibitions. They help them in participating in international exhibitions, expose their products, find them international market by reimbursing their stall charges, by reimbursing their airfare, and also help them in getting export insurance quality certificates for exports. Ministry also help them in through various programs like vendor development programs, which creates vendors for large industries, and through national and international workshops. And then it also has a B2B portal to support or to connect buyers and suppliers globally. uh, the in infrastructure development, ministry also supports as a scheme to develop clusters by enhancing their capacity by creating common facility centers in the clusters, provide them livelihood business incubators, technology business incubators are established there to provide them innovative business solutions. Ministry also supports micro and small enterprises by ensuring that large enterprises or government enterprises buy a certain amount of products from micro and small enterprises. Like 25% of annual procurement of public sector enterprises should be from micro and small enterprises. And it also has introduced Champions Portal, which is ICT based technology system which helps them in solving their grievances, encourages them, supports them, and provides handholding support through Champions Portal, which and it provides a single window solution for the needs of MSMEs. And to bring informal sector into a formal sector, MSME is Ministry of MSME has also launched a portal called Udyam Registration Portal, where small enterprises can register to register themselves to come into a formal sector to get the benefits of ministry schemes. Currently, there are 11.7 million MSMEs who have registered in this portal. Now, if we look at the opportunities, Ireland, of course, I don't have to tell these things, but just to give an idea, like India and Ireland trade is roughly around 4,211.94 million. But I think embassy is more in a position to rectify these figures or work on these figures. But but what I want to say is that there are opportunities for export from India in organic chemicals, rubber, textiles, heavy machinery, and India also has like imports electrical equipment, sound recorders, and surgical equipment. So there are a lot of opportunities in these sectors where India and Indian and Ireland MSMEs can cooperate. And these are the major industries like Walcott, Ranbaxy, Reliance. They are all have their facilities in Ireland, and like TCS, Wipro, SCL, they all are there in Ireland. India has a lot of market potential. We have roughly around 700 million internet users. We have youngest nation which our average age is 29 years by 2025. Urban population is 277 million, so it has a very large market. And we have second largest road network, second largest railways. Expenditure consumer market is roughly around 3.6 million trillion by 2025. It is expected to be there. We have substantial increase in infrastructure investments, ease of doing business. We have a significant jump in our ranking, and we are one of the fastest growing economies. And we have like a lot of FDI employees coming to India with the latest initiatives of the government of India. A lot of competitive advantages, as I've spoken earlier also. We have infrastructure, knowledge support, technology innovation, AI, blockchain, number of entrepreneurs, vibrant informal sector, a lot of talent pool. Uh, then market domestic credit provided by financial sector is roughly around 75% of GDP, and large number of enterprises. India ranks third among global startup systems with more than 5,200 startups. So a lot of business opportunities or advantage India has. Now I come to the second part, National Small Industries Corporation, which is an important enterprise under Ministry of Micro Enterprises. We were set up in 1955 with a mission to promote and support micro, small, and medium enterprises by providing integrated support services in terms of marketing, finance, technology, and other support services. And we have 101 offices all over India. Our main programs or support systems are in terms of credit support, where we provide credit for raw materials, provide bill discounting, and provide credit facilitation through tie-up with banks. We enhance their competitiveness through raw material distribution. We arrange raw material for micro and small enterprises in timely and in a better rate for them, so that they don't hold up their production because of the non-availability of raw material. So we have tie-up with the major suppliers of raw materials. We have also our godowns where we keep them and provide timely assistance to MSMEs in terms of raw material. We also register micro and small enterprises under our single point registration scheme, where they are tested by third parties. Their capacities, their financials are confirmed by the third party, and so which increases their reliability in the market. We support them through to participate in large tenders. We also help them through marketing portal, B2B portals, which I will be covering in later part of my presentation, and support them in exhibition participations. For their capacity building, we have various technical centers all over India, which produce trained manpower, help them in material testing, provide them job work, and we have incubation centers to create new entrepreneurs. And of course, infrastructure facilities we provide them, godown operations, and through international cooperation, we provide linkages to micro small enterprises with international suppliers or buyers, or provide them technology upgradation or technology linkages under international corporations. And we have SCST Hub to support the marginalized community, and then the venture capital through our NVCFL. Now, as I cover our activities, I also speak about what kind of a cooperation we can have with island MSMEs. What we understand is Ireland is an emerging strong economic ally for India, and there are a lot of opportunities in pharmaceuticals, medical research, cutting edge technologies like AI, IoT, RFID, cyber security, and VR applications, as well as iCloud. And additionally, their partnership is bolstered by shared attributes such as widespread use of English, low corporate taxes, and almost similar legal framework. So there are a lot of opportunities for cooperation. NSIC has a B2B portal which is called MSMEmart.com, which provides one-stop digital solution to business needs of MSMEs to make them competitive in global market. This portal provides marketing opportunities in global platform, provides global trade leads to MSMEs, provides global tender information, franchise opportunities, and data on used machineries. This kind of a portal can be created for enterprises from Ireland who wish to have business linkages with Indian enterprises. We can provide link on our this portal, MSMEmart.com, so that MSMEs or buyers from Ireland can pose their purchase requirements, can avail special offers and feature products posted by Indian sellers from vast spectrum of industries, post subcontracting requirements. and sellers from Ireland can get access to Indian buyers, post their discounts or bulk offers, create business trade leads as per requirement, get access to tender information, create their own web catalogs on this portal, offer distributorship, franchise, and create sales agents for business in India, and also avail information on events and exhibition in India. So this portal provides a lot of opportunities for cooperation among us MSMEs of India and MSMEs of Ireland. And I would like to tell that there are more than 200,000 Indian enterprises who are availing the services of this portal, and there it has that database of 200,000 Indian enterprises. NSIC also helps in skill development, vocational training, right from conventional areas like turner, fitter, electrician, and high tech. They provide training or skill development manpower in high tech areas also, like mechatronics, robotics, solar energy, interior designing, AR and VR, cyber security, and lot many other sectors. So here comes an opportunity where we would like to link our technical centers with technical centers of Ireland to impart skill-based trainings to manpower of both countries in specified trades. Where Ireland has an expertise, we can use their expertise to train manpower, or where we have expertise, we can train the manpower in those trades, and the industries who want to invest in Ireland, industries who want to invest in India, they can have a ready-made skilled manpower for their enterprises in India. These are some of our technical centers specializing in mechatronics, robotics, electronics, leather machineries, lock industries, machine tools, computer science, electrical, mechanical, computer science, CAD, CAM, CNC simulation. So they are spread all over India with different specializations. So we can industries who want to invest in India can always look for skilled manpower from these centers. We have a special program which is called Rapid Incubation or program, where we train people to become entrepreneurs. Of course, this it's a country-based program. In countries which are least developed, we create enterprises which suit to their needs and basic needs. But in advanced countries, we can have incubation centers to create entrepreneurs in advanced technologies. The advantage of this is, like, within a minimal time, we can create entrepreneurs and trade them to start their own enterprises. So this could be one of the areas, especially in advanced trading, we can cooperate with Ireland. Some of the examples or some of the pictures which we have set up in different countries, African countries, the incubation centers. Other areas of cooperation could be, like, we can encourage participation of MSMEs from India and Ireland to participate in exhibitions and trade fairs held in each other countries. We can share, and I would here request Embassy of India if they can identify a similar organization in Ireland with whom we can cooperate in generating this kind of a cooperation, like organizing participation in different exhibitions. We can also initiate enterprise-to-enterprise cooperation through exchange of business delegations. We do it with different countries. In advance, we share the profiles of Indian enterprises. We take them and to different country, and our partner organization in that country organizes B2B meetings based on the profile sent by by us. Similarly, when they bring delegations, we organize B2B meetings in India with the Indian enterprises based on their requirement. And we can organize virtual B2B meets also, physical B2B meets also. These kind of webinars or technology workshops where we can share the practices being undertaken by India or Ireland to develop their MSMEs. we, as everyone knows, that India has aimed to reach 500 gigawatt of renewable energy installed capacity by 2030. So there's an opportunity for Irish clean tech SMEs in this sector, including which includes wind, solar, and biomass energy, waste management solution, water purification technologies, and air quality monitoring system. So these kind of enterprises from Ireland have a big business scope in India to have investment in these sectors. As I told, that our training centers create skilled manpower, so we can train people in skilled manpower in our technology centers for these technologies, which may also include healthcare and IT. And Indian side, on other side, can take the specialization of Irish SME enterprises, the benefit of the specialization of Irish SME enterprises in the field of agriculture machinery, precision farming technologies, crop production innovations, or innovations to increase its agro produce. So, sir, these are some of the opportunities which we think, the cooperation areas we think we can have our Irish counterparts. And I would request if Embassy of India can help us in identifying an organization which can cooperate with the NSIC to initiate these kind of a cooperation. So thank you, sir, for giving us time and for your patience listening.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation, showing us how MSME environment is supported by the Government of India and NSIC in India. It will indeed be helpful for the Irish stakeholders who want to connect with the Indian stakeholders in India. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, I may request Mr. Vikas Sharma from Confederation of Indian Industry for his presentation.
And I represent CII Center of Excellence for Competitiveness for the SMEs. It is one of the centers of excellence of CII. So before going into our particular center, just a brief about CII, that CII, primarily Confederation of Indian Industry, it works to create and sustain an environment conducive to the development of India, partnering industry, government, and civil society through advisory and consultative processes. And it is the largest and oldest organization, more than 125 years old, which has been serving industry. And to cater to the SME segment, which is a very important industry segment, it has created a specific center of excellence to which I belong. That is the CII Center of Excellence for Competitiveness for SMEs. So, our vision is to be the catalyst for transformative growth in MSME sector, fostering innovation, sustainability, and global competitiveness. And the mission remains empowering SMEs through targeted interventions with collaborative initiatives, skill enhancement to primarily upgrade the MSMEs as per the requirements of evolving economic landscape. Though the overall, the previous presenter has already covered, so just giving a total gamut of the MSMEs in India, which employs more than 117 million persons, and again contributes to 30% of GDP, and more than 90% of them are from micro units. So why it is important? Because it is very significant in terms of the economic stability, because of its significant contribution to GDP and exports, and a crucial supply chain link for the larger companies and OEMs, and the largest employment generator as well. And with respect to CII and MSMEs, more than 65% of the CII membership belongs to MSME segment, and there is deep engagement at various levels. So the interventions are in multiple areas like energy efficiency, cost management, sustainability, quality management, etc. And more than 355 clusters plus more than 7,000 MSMEs have been benefited from our services. So this is just a crisp because we are the technical center and catering to the technical requirements of the MSME segment for the benefits. So these are just of the some of the improvement areas where we help them improve on their various processes, like on updating them with the modern manufacturing processes, because they would be somewhat lacking on the digitization, something on the people management processes, the mindset change that we help them to attune to the modern manufacturing methods, the brand building, the HRM systems. So we try to address the maximum areas wherever they are like they require the support. And why we are relevant? Because we have the subject matter experts, the industry knowledge, plus the hands-on experience, and rather we handhold the MSMEs rather than just a teaching method. So the main agenda is to be the reference point for the industry in all their segments. Just a crisp of the various services of our Center of Excellence. So we are primarily into manufacturing excellence and operations, the cluster development, sustainability, energy efficiency and climate action, HR management, then industry institute partnership, capability development and upskilling, and the corrosion detection and management. And we cover the entire gamut of the industries, be it any segment, hand tool, FMCG, engineering, textile, pharmaceutical, etc. So all the segments we cover. Now, we primarily focus on upgrading the organizational resilience, starting from the strategic direction, helping them imbibing that change culture, and then strengthening their business processes, identifying and removing the waste, and helping them implement the lean culture and way of doing, introducing the elements of Industry 4.0, IoT, and other upgraded relevant technologies as are relevant to the particular industry, strengthening their DWM, etc., and the financial management perspective. Now, how that is done? So there are different ways in which we try to support the MSME segment. It could be through cluster development on manufacturing excellence, then starting with from the mindset change to the adoption of world-class practices. So these are some of the enablers, so which they can be upgraded and to become more competitive. Everything starts, the starting point remains with the team alignment with the business goal, the employee involvement culture, driving that thing, strengthening the ecosystem. That would be the starting point, and taking the company along to various levels of advanced manufacturing excellence, then to the zero defect quality management and the next in manufacturing. So this is the complete program through which we try to take the industry, the MSME segment, step by step so that they become world class. Just is descriptive of what we refer to as cluster. To it could be a group of companies from an OEM supplier base of a particular OEM, a homogeneous cluster, probably companies who are relating to similar product profile, a heterogeneous cluster, different products, or the particular geographical location. So the motto remains getting together, learning together, and achieving together. This is just a snapshot of our services and the impact we could create. So we have served more than 355 plus clusters have been formed and impacting more than 5,400 companies. And business growth year on a year, there has been achievement of 5 to 20% financial savings, which everybody is looking forward to. 10 to 30 times of the investment, then the reduced inventory from 20 to 50%, space savings 20 to 30%, customer complaint reduction from 70 to even 100% also, in process rejections reduction by 50 to 100%. Just a descriptive of some of the successful clusters of our earlier ones, as I have told, that we serve the supplier base primarily, which are an important component and are rather MSME segment like of Godrej, JCB. These are some of the reputed companies from India. How this thing is driven. So everything starts with the cultural transformation. That would be the starting point of any competitiveness journey. Then going on to the focus of quality, cost, delivery, technology. Then the whole agenda is to accelerate the competitiveness and driving the company towards growth, profitability, and market expansion with sustainable growth. The service segment of our center, there's energy efficiency services with the combined experience of 29 plus years of experience and annual recurring savings achieved till now 2.95 billion plus, more than 1 lakh plus professionals trained, energy audit, and innovative technology in supply facilitation 250 plus. So things are going like anything. Another of our segment, service segment is human resource management. Humans are primarily the most important asset of any organization. And for MSMEs, there needs a professional approach. So that is what we teach them and handhold them so that they can improve their quality, cost, productivity. Because once you're human, your capital assets are aligned with your business objectives, things can go like anything. Corrosion management. This is globally, like annual damage caused by corrosion is estimated to be 2.5 trillion, which is roughly equivalent to 3.4% of world's GDP. So this is one of our new edition of services. So 20 plus corrosion audits already executed by our center, which have resulted in saving of INR 22 million, and developed more than 1,000 corrosion managers also, and plus 1,500 plus professionals have already trained to address the corrosion in auto and process sector. So this is a very unique service which our center is offering. In addition to those technical services, we also support the SME segment through learning and development. So more than 1.6 lakh workforces have already been trained in various concepts of quality, cost, delivery, technology. And we do motivate the companies through various awards and recognitions. More than 1,200 have already been given. And we conduct programs of different nature for different profile of participants. Like there would be a different set of programs for CEO, a different set of programs for managerial development, for frontline supervisor, then for operator SK development. So everything is customized as per the audience requirement. This is just some of our industry institute programs that we are then running. So participant profile extends from SME owners to senior officials to engineers. So it's the whole gamut who are taking our services. So these are virtual programs on corrosion management and technology, on manufacturing excellence and management, on energy management and climate action, which we are helping the companies to train on. Just an overview of the manufacturing excellence, what we are covering, just for reference only. So we are trying to cover things in a holistic manner so that whoever graduates from this program is able to take the higher responsibilities. In addition, we do a lot of this training programs on different topics of manufacturing, energy, and HR, be it RCA root cause analysis, be it lean implementation, be it 5S lead auditor course, or change management, or stress or pressure management. So we try to cover all the aspects. This is just a representative list, though the exhaustive list would be quite long. That's all from my end, and we look forward to supporting industry in its excellence journey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's indeed very good to know that how MSMEs and environment ecosystem is supported by the different organizations, including CIO. Thank you very much. Now, may I request Mr. Salik Hakim, Manager Europe Desk, Invest India, for his presentation.
Perfect. So good afternoon, everyone. Let me actually begin by thanking His Excellency Akhilesh Mishra sir and Murugarat sir as well. I would like to thank the Embassy of Ireland for conducting this session and all the participants for joining us. So let me start by giving you a brief understanding and an introduction about what Invest India is and what it does. So Invest India is the nodal investment promotion body of the government of India. We are fully funded by the government and we are housed under the Department of Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade, which comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And our core mandate is to ground as many investments into India as possible and make their journey into India as smooth as possible. So that ranges from identifying leads, expressing our interest with them, convincing them how the market is in India, as well as identifying land parcels for them, and then grounding their investments. And our work doesn't necessarily stop there. But even if such companies are facing any issues while operating in India, we definitely help the companies there as well. Uh, so let me start by mentioning that India, over the past 75 years, the growth has been astounding. Our GDP has grown by nearly 100 times, and our exports have grown by over 500 times. The FDI inflow into India has nearly doubled in the last 8 years. We do have the second largest working population globally, and our median age of this population is 28, which actually adds to the fact and attracts more companies into India. And despite the pandemic, India continued to be the fastest growing large economy globally and currently is the fifth largest economy in nominal terms. India is actually now focused on its ambitious goal of achieving around $2 trillion in exports by 2030. And in 25 years, India wants to be the second largest economy with a GDP of 32 trillion by 2047. And to actually get us there, the government has brought in a few business reforms, out of which a few include the production linked incentives, which actually incentivizes the company after they reach particular targets throughout the 5 year tenure. The second can be the PM Gati Shakti scheme, where around 16 ministry have been brought together and everything is mapped out onto the portal, which reduces cost for the company and the turnaround time also reduces. Another can be the national single window services, which brings all the permissions required for the company to establish their presence in India actually on one portal. So it makes everything digital. And apart from this, the government has brought around more than 300 reforms, which have actually led a significant rise for India. We have jumped around 79 positions in the World Ease of Doing Business Index. Another strong pillar of India's growth is probably the digital transformation, where by 2030 is expected that India will have 1.1 billion Indians which will have access to the internet. By 2030 is also expected that India will have nearly half a billion retail customers. One of the key stats here is that, especially when it comes to online food delivery systems, there are nearly 1 billion plus orders which have been placed annually. And one of the key indicators here is that even when it comes to researching about a particular product, nearly 70% of all consumers in India prefer researching about it online before buying it. India is also a leader when it comes to UPI transactions, where nearly 46% of all global real-time payments actually happen in India. The quantum is 12.2 billion transactions, and which has a value of around 220 billion. When it comes to bringing in transformative technology and disruptive technology and innovation into the market, there are three main pillars here: startups, R&D centers, and global capability centers. When it comes to India, India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. We have more than 113 startups in India which have reached a unicorn level. The interesting fact here is that more than 50% of startups have actually come from tier 2 or tier 3 cities, and the government of India actually recognizes it. And we have more than 20 international startup bridges with countries where it helps startups, it works vice versa as well, to understand the distribution network and find distributors in the other countries, find what kind of regulatory compliances they need to comply with, which makes the job of the startup to penetrate a particular market easier. The next thing are the R&D centers in India. When you look at the R&D expenditure, India spends around 0.7% of their GDP compared to the BRICS average of 1.2%. But if you dig a bit deeper, this data point is a bit skewed because these R&D numbers are generally released by the government and not by private players a lot. And majority of the R&D spends are done by private companies. So this number should be actually much higher. So India is moving in the right direction. Uh, Also, on the right hand side, when you see the patents applied in India, when it comes to 2014, the number of patents applied in 2014 were around 4,200, and when you compare it 9 years later, that number is around 41,000, which is a 30% year-on-year growth. The third key pillar here is the global capability centers. Not a long time ago, India was just considered as an outsourced BPO center for a lot of companies. But if you look at the pie chart very closely, India still has a major share of 54% when it comes to software and internet-related activities. But India has now starting to become hub of all uh, development activities for semiconductor sector, electrical sectors, and a lot of designs are actually taking place in India. And in India, Bangalore is called the Silicon Valley, where majority of global capacity capability centers are based. But what we have noticed in the past couple of years is that all the global capability centers coming up in India are majority coming out of Bangalore and surprisingly in tier two and tier three cities because of the cost advantage and the abundant resource and manpower and the skilled labor which is available in India. So we definitely touched upon what services Invest India provides, but we wanted to actually give you an example of how we would help a company coming and meeting us and helping them understand how the ecosystem in India is. So what we have taken here is an example of a beauty personal care company which had come to us, a small MSME company, which had plans of expanding their operations in India as well as in the near future exporting to different geographies across the world. So you can actually see from here that we help them to understand what the global market is like, what the market will be in the 5, 10 years, in the current market, which are the global export markets, which countries export a lot, which countries import a lot, and where the majority sales are situated across the globe. And from that, we trickle down to the Indian market, where we made them understand what the sub segments in India are, which segments in India are actually growing faster, and which kind of markets they can target in the near future. So so this slide actually helps them to understand the consumer base in India. And very interesting graph, which is on the right hand side here, top right hand side, it shows that India currently has a BPC per capita spending of around 2,000, 2,500 US dollars. And China, which is our competing Southeast Asian economy, is at a very higher scale. But the interesting fact here is that China was exactly where India is right now, or 8 years ago. So this shows us that there's a gap in the market and that can be increased, and there can be a lot of penetration in the market in the near future. So this graph, so we know that the MSME clusters in India contribute to actually around 40% of exports as well. And a lot of MSMEs in India are very export centric. And the company actually wanted to understand in beauty and personal care, what are the key markets that they can explore. So we use around 10 to 15 parameters, which range from the current market size of that particular country, the market size of Indian exports to that country, how easy it is to penetrate that particular market, how much is the import dependence on that market, and we created an elasticity graph for our particular client, where we actually pitched what we feel are the low hanging fruits, where which countries they can target for exports very quickly, and it will be very and it'll be comparatively easier for them to penetrate that particular market. And even if so, here I think what research actually plays a very big role, because what you can see from here is that France, the bubble sizes indicate the actual size of that market, where France and USA actually lead But the problem with these markets are that when it comes to penetration of these markets, it's a bit more difficult. But when it comes to markets like UAE, such markets are smaller, but it's easier when it comes to policies and local players there. It's easier for Indian players to penetrate that market. And this can be tailored and customized for any company which is coming to us. And this is sector agnostic. We have sector experts here at Invest India, which will help you analyze global markets and the Indian markets, irrespective of the sector. So this is an overall overview of what key services we provide at Invest India, and just want to point out that because we are a part of Government of India, all our services are always pro bono, and we are always here to help. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presentation and showing us a snapshot of India, today's India and the future India. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, may I request Mr. Toshi Tumra from Ireland India Business Association in Ireland to start with his presentation.
Warm greetings to Honorable Ambassador Sri Akhilesh Mishra ji and officials from Ministry of MSME, Invest India, and representatives from IIBA, ISE, and also happy to see representation from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Dublin chapter as well. So, and also entrepreneurs who are interested in enhancing the bilateral trade and collaboration between India and Ireland. My name is Toshik Dumra. I'm an Indian Chartered Accountant and Irish CPA. I'm also Business Coordinator for Ireland India Business Association. So before I move forward and share how IIBA can help SMEs expand their horizons, I would quickly like to draw a quick comparison between who qualifies as an MSME. I'm going to skip the definition because they've already been shared by a couple of people. But I would to focus on who is a micro enterprise in Ireland and who is a micro enterprise in India and how they play a pivotal role in making local and national economies stronger. If you look at the row D, the numbers in Ireland, there are approximately 350,000 businesses which qualify as SMEs, whereas in India, SMEs account for 63 million businesses. SMEs in Ireland are generating close to 1.2 million jobs, and in India, SMEs are creating jobs close to 120 million. And also, when it comes to contribution to the national GDP, Ireland and India also again are in the same range. And also, as per a recent UN report on SMEs worldwide, MSMEs account for 90% of all the businesses worldwide. They generate approximately 60 to 70% of all employment, and they contribute to 50% of worldwide GDP. SMEs are the backbone of the society everywhere. They contribute to the local economy, national economy, and also help sustain livelihoods, particularly among the working poor, women, youth, and groups in vulnerable situations. If we provide adequate support to SMEs, they have the potential to transform economies, enhance innovation, foster job creation, promote equitable economic growth, and socio-economic integration. Now, we at IIBA facilitate pathways for business expansion and help entrepreneurs and organizations to grow in the Indian Ireland business space. IIBA was set up in 2008 in Ireland as a not-for-profit entity, and we launched the India chapter by the name of IIBA Foundation in Mumbai in 2022. For the last 15 years, IIBA has been dedicated towards promoting bilateral trade, investment, and professional networking. Through events, partnerships, IIBA's leadership team plays a vital role in enhancing the cultural understanding and building robust economic ties between India and Ireland. A prime example of this is the IIBA's annual business networking event. This is an invite-only event, and this year we had representatives from 100 plus companies, all ranging from micro companies to large corporates, were present at the event. Participation from the Indian Embassy and Irish government officials also adds a layer of significance, showcasing the event's importance at diplomatic and the government level. We at IIBA have been fortunate to have prestigious businesses as our long-term members. Our member profiles have our businesses who range from micro businesses, small businesses, medium businesses to large corporates. And they come from very diverse sectors, ranging from aviation, technology, pharmaceuticals, universities, colleges, recruitment firms, to banks, accountants, law firms, and even Dublin City Council, Enterprise Ireland, and IDA Ireland. Using this diverse network of members, IABA has been able to help businesses by connecting them with the right partners in Ireland as well as in India. So there is another event which is coming up, which is focused on small and medium businesses. IABA in association with Tech Ireland and Irish Brazilian Association and Ukrainian Association by the name of United for Changes is organizing a meetup on April 25 at Huckletree in Dublin. This event intends to bring together tech entrepreneurs from Ireland and three major immigrant communities, which is India, Brazil, and Ukraine. These immigrant communities who have made Ireland their startup home. This event will have a keynote speaker from NDRC, which is a national accelerator for startups and SMEs. This will also have a presentation from local enterprise office on what are the kind of startup supports available in Ireland for SMEs, and also have a panel discussion on challenges and opportunities for startups from EU startups and non-EU startups. What kind of support and what kind of opportunities are available for EU and non-EU startups in Ireland? The event is already sold out and there are already 70 plus people on the waiting list. But if any one of you wants to join this event, you can drop an email to us and we can take it up. So how does IIBA help an SME raise its profile, build its business? If you are running a business or looking to start a business, our members have the option to raise their profile using IIBA's digital assets and also take help of the vast membership network from diverse sectors. Be it IIBA's website or newsletter or social media channels, branding at our events, delivering a keynote, or even moderating a panel discussion so as to promote your business and your sector as a whole. It doesn't matter if you are a startup or a large corporate. IIBA is happy to support any business in your journey as an entrepreneur. So if you're interested in joining IIBA or want to get involved in any manner, please drop an email at info@iiba.ie or follow us on our social media channels. Thank you.
Okay, Kaushik, thank you very much. Now the Indian stakeholders and MSMEs know who to contact to penetrate in the Irish market. Thank you very much. Now, may I request Mr. Prashant Shukla, Ireland India Council, IIC, from Ireland, to give away a few remarks to us, please, sir.
Thank you. First, gratitude to His Excellency Akhilesh Mishra ji and Raj for kind invitation to make a presentation on this very important conference, which is attending a number of organizations from India, Ireland, and a number of IIC members from India, and my colleague here from Ireland, he's also joined. So probably I will divert some of the questions to Malay. He will assist me in this presentation. So just I'm uploading this presentation here. My previous speakers, they have already, I think, outlined and discussed most of the topics which are important for this conference. So I just want to skip a number of things which already discussed in this conference. A brief introduction of Ireland India Council. It was established in 2002 to promote economic and cultural relations between Ireland and India. And since the inception of the council, we are taking the major role in promoting trade, and commercial relations between two countries. The other topic I want to more focus on the SMSE sector of Ireland, and the Indian side already very well actually informed by our speakers from India, so I will skip that in this presentation. So if we go for the statistics, the Irish economy, about, I can say, 99% all enterprises in Ireland are as MSMEs. So that's something actually quite interesting. And about the key sectors where Irish SMEs are thriving, that are particularly the service sector, construction, and industry. So services, they contribute about 66.6%, construction 25.6%, and industry 7.7%. As Ireland is a small country, we don't have very heavy industries like India has, and that's the major difference between Ireland and India's MSME sector. The service sector is the largest, with over 55.9% of all SMSEs are in the Irish business economy. And that's the data from 2022. The construction sector, second largest, as it was already mentioned, and industry sector, they contribute about 6.5%. The other very important actually aspect, if we go for the Indian sector, apart from the size and other things, very interesting is that 42% of the total exports is from the SME sector. And industrial production is about 40%, and contribution of GDP is about 27%. But the most interesting factor from Indian side is they have over 6,000 products. They are innovated and developed in India. And when Indian side was mentioning about the MSME sector and the cooperation, I feel that these 6,000 products, if they are digitally presented on any website or platform, that could be helpful for promotion of trade from Indian side, because number of requirements we receive from our Irish business members, who wants to do business with India or wants to import products from India. Like latest, we are running through a query for import of small tractors from India. So if all those products are listed on one neutral platform, not the biased one, that would helpful for the businesses, I believe, all over the world, that they can reach out to these manufacturers and do business with them. The opportunities are huge, and in terms of the market entry in Ireland for Indian products, there are a number of challenges. That challenges I mentioned before as well are the regulatory, and then the European regulations, they impact the import of Indian products. The major basic thing is CE stamp and CE registration, and then the technical data of the products. The other thing, actually, the sectors with high demand in India that Irish MSEs can target. The first thing, we have actually the huge demand in solar. We have a huge demand in renewable energy, the wind, and even the biogas. And the Indian side already recognized these sectors, so I think that's something interesting, and we can actually, find out some solutions or the mechanism to promote trade in these sectors. These are also the challenges. The first thing, because if the products are not listed in Ireland or not listed with the European market, particularly my other member, he's joined from India. He's facing challenges. He wants to put actually number of pharmaceutical products in Irish market, and that maybe he could be helped from the Indian system, how efficiently he could actually put forward their products in Irish market and then finally to European market. Future outlook, I feel it is actually quite interesting, and because of a number of factors, we see that the trade between Ireland and India definitely grow. And particularly since we have our current ambassador, Mr. Mishra, he is, I think, every month promoting this sector, and this is something very interesting happening in last 2 years, and definitely we will see the enhanced trade and economic cooperation between two countries. And as it is a very dynamic trade relationship with Ireland, exporting a significant amount of high-tech goods to India, while India exports to Ireland are more diversified across different sectors. The trade balance has fluctuated with recent trends, showing a decrease in Ireland's export to India and increase in imports from India. The Economic Complexity Index suggests that both countries have a diverse and sophisticated production structure contributing to their global trade presence. How we could actually help from Ireland to Indian businesses. We have a mechanism of business to business matchmaking, and particularly, we prefer to do a lot of work in the field of manufacturing and other trading goods and items as well. So if any Indian businesses need any support and cooperation and help and information, they feel free to contact us by phone or by email, and we are happy to assist them. Thank you.
It's a very heartening message that we have got through your presentations. And also, as the point was mentioned many times during the course of discussion, is the importance of pointed connectivities, matchmaking. So I was very appreciative of the offer of IIBA and IIC for creating a kind of platform at Irish end. In Indian side, we already have NSIC, NCII, Invest India, all three we know, and they are very, very professional bodies. So on Indian side, I have no issue. There is need for kind of interface on the Irish side, so that if you are able to create either embassy or embassy working together with IIC and IIBA, there is a need for a window where Irish friends can post their requirements, their queries, and then we can create the matchmaking. Yeah. So we look forward to keeping in touch and working together. And please, through your contacts, through your networks, spread our very genuinely felt open invitation for assistance. Anything that we can do from the embassy side, we will be very delighted to respond positively and try our best to help. Thank you.
Thank you.